If you use both Google Workspace and Microsoft 365, you may want meetings from one calendar to appear on the other. Maybe your personal appointments are in Google Calendar while your work meetings are in Outlook. Because those calendars do not share events, neither one has a complete picture of your schedule. That can leave one calendar showing you as available when you already have something scheduled on the other. In this video, I'll first show you the native ways to display Google Calendar events in Outlook and Outlook events in Google Calendar. Then we'll look at the limitations, explain the difference between one-way and two-way sync, and show you how to set up either option with CalendarBridge. Let's begin by displaying your Google Calendar in Microsoft Outlook. In Google Calendar, find the calendar you want to connect under My Calendars. Select the three-dot menu beside it, then choose Settings and Sharing. Scroll down to the Integrate Calendar section. Copy the secret address in iCal format. Quick note, despite the name, iCal doesn't mean iCloud or Apple Calendar. It's simply a standard calendar format that different calendar platforms use to exchange calendar information. Keep this URL private because anyone with the link may be able to access your calendar feed. Next, open your calendar in Outlook. Select Add Calendar, then choose Subscribe from Web. Paste the address you copied from Google. Give the calendar a name, choose your display settings, and complete the import. Your Google Calendar events can now be displayed alongside your Microsoft 365 calendar in Outlook. Events originating in Google should now appear in Outlook through the subscribed calendar feed. You can also set up the opposite direction and display your Microsoft calendar in Google Calendar. In Outlook, on the web, open Settings and find the options for sharing or publishing a calendar. Choose the calendar you want to publish and select how much event information the feed should include. Publish the calendar, then copy the ICS link that Outlook provides. Now open Google Calendar beside other calendars. Select the plus icon. Select From URL. Paste the ICS address from Outlook, then select Add Calendar. Your Outlook calendar is now available inside Google Calendar as a subscribed calendar. At this point, each calendar can display the other one. So what's the catch? These aren't true sync connections, they're two separate calendar subscriptions. Each subscription works independently. Google publishes a calendar feed that Outlook reads, and Outlook publishes a separate feed that Google reads. That means the events are read-only. Updates aren't always immediate, and you're managing two separate subscriptions instead of one synchronized connection. Notice I can't edit this meeting here because it's just a subscribed copy. If I want to make changes, I have to go back to the calendar where the meeting was originally created. If all you need is to view another calendar, subscriptions work fine. But if you want your calendars to stay in sync, you need a real sync connection. A one-way sync copies events from Google into Microsoft, but not the other way around. A two-way sync copies events both directions, so whichever calendar you create the meeting in, the other one stays up to date. If you need your calendars to stay in sync, so your availability is always accurate, you don't have to jump between calendars, and you never have to manually update multiple calendars. You'll need a dedicated calendar syncing tool. CalendarBridge is trusted by professionals and organizations around the world for reliable, real-time calendar syncing. It's also one of the simplest solutions to set up. Let me show you. I've already connected my Google Workspace and Microsoft 365 accounts. If you haven't done that yet, there's a tutorial linked in the description. Choose the calendars you want to sync. First, decide whether you want a one-way sync or a multi-directional sync. I'll start with one-way. Choose how much information gets copied. You can sync everything, limited details, or simply mark yourself as busy. Then click Create Sync. That's it. I'll create a meeting in Google. A few seconds later, it appears in Outlook. Since this is a one-way sync, meetings created in Outlook stay in Outlook. If you want changes to flow both ways, choose multi-directional sync. The setup is exactly the same. Just select the calendars you want to connect, and CalendarBridge creates all of the sync connections needed between them. Whether you're syncing 2 calendars or 10, every connected calendar stays in sync with the others. Now it doesn't matter where the meeting starts. CalendarBridge keeps both calendars synchronized. You still edit the original meeting where it was created, and CalendarBridge keeps the sync copy updated for you. That's the difference. Native subscriptions let you view another calendar. CalendarBridge synchronizes your calendars, so your availability stays accurate everywhere.